What's up world, welcome back to my channel, Vlad B here. Let's talk about real estate. Let's talk about the differences between owning real estate, renting it out, and what difference that can make in your life for you. Let's get started. So real estate is something that can be both a liability and also an asset. You are what makes the difference, and you decide what your real estate is going to be, an asset or a liability. Do you want it to be an asset or do you want it to be a liability? Make a decision. If you just want to buy your first house and you're going to live in that house for the first little while, for as long as you're going to be living in that house, you are going to own a liability, and a pretty expensive one. It's a good liability to have because houses tend to go up in value. Compared to any other crappy liability, real estate is actually a good one to have because it will grow over time. It's like gold, but you're paying for it monthly. Regardless whether you want to rent it out or just live in it yourself, owning it is still better than not owning it. It's still better than renting out an apartment, a studio, or a house somewhere else, from someone else, from a landlord, from a property management company. You're going to be paying all this rent money and never getting it back. That is the biggest difference when it comes to differences between renting real estate and owning your own real estate. Yes, it takes a while to get the first one. Yes, the older generation will tell you that just save up for a down payment or you're good to go. But they don't keep in mind that when they were younger, when they were your age, their real estate was costing a tenth of the price of our real estate this day and age. It's still doable. You can still scrape some funds together and get yourself approved for a mortgage. The bank will actually help you in getting your first mortgage if you have a decent credit, if you have a constant employment. If you're sitting at home and you're collecting unemployment, you're not going to get qualified for a good mortgage because you don't have that income. And you need to have that income, and this is why it's so important to get that job. Get that first full-time job. It doesn't matter if it's McDonald's, Burger King, some kind of other restaurant, something that can get you on that W-2. Because owning a business is not easy. You can't just wake up one day and say, oh my god, I'm going to be a business owner, let me do this and this and that, and tomorrow you're already rich. It doesn't work that way. Everything is going to take a long time and a lot of work.
Unless you're participating in something shady.
In the end of the day, if you want to get your foot in the door of real estate, of owning your own property, you need to be employed for a good period of time so that you're able to be approved for that mortgage. And once you get that first one and you are still young and you don't have a big family or a family in general to support, like kids or a spouse, then what you can do is you can rent a portion of that house. Rent it out to friends, who cares? It's like buying a beater. When you're buying a beater car, you just need something to get you from point A to point B. Buying a beater house, you don't have to worry about too much renovations. You understand that this is your first property. You understand that this property is for you to build up that capital for your next one, for the better one. And you're doing that so that you can avoid paying that rent for someone else. You're paying your own mortgage. And now, because it's a beater and you don't really care much about it, you can actually find some friends that can live with you and end up making it so that they pay your mortgage for you. Of course, they get a place to live. They're not doing it just because. They're not just paying your mortgage. You're not using them or taking advantage of them. You're solely letting them live in your place. They would have been renting out something else anyways. Why not rent your place from you? You can buy a 2 or 3 bedroom condo. You can even buy a 3 to 4 bedroom house that is a little bit older, maybe not in the most desirable area, but is going to be affordable. It's going to be between $200,000 to $300,000, and that can be rented out to your friends, to your family. A room to this person, another room for that person. Now you have 2 people, each bringing you some money to the table that is going to help you pay off that mortgage, and it's going towards your account. Because when it's time to move out, when it's time to upgrade, you are going to sell that house and get all that money back, and even some more on top of it, because you have invested into real estate. There are many more ways to getting out of the rat race, but real estate is just a no-brainer. Easy to understand, fairly easy to follow, a little bit tough to get into, but possible for everybody. Anybody can own, as long as you have your head straight and you're heading in the right direction and you're not wasting your time, your money, and your life on junk. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like the video for the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you in another video.